We start this week's video on the northwest coast of Cumbria and end in the gorgeous little village of Aysgarth in the Yorkshire Dales. We are blown away by some spectacular views over the estuary of Duddon Sands and the magnificence of the Asgarth Falls. But before we get into that, welcome to our channel. We are Kath, Sue, Archie and Fudge. We've been travelling and living full-time in our motorhome since March of 2022. As we navigate our second winter, we reflect on last year, a leak, a smashed windscreen, but most importantly, our time together in spectacular British countryside. We'd be honoured if you join us. Good morning. Now, yesterday I had a bit of a disappointment. I was looking forward to going to this park up that I'd found near Buttermere, and I'd plotted a walk which took me by some waterfalls, and I was so looking forward to it. Unfortunately, apart from the journey to the park up being a little bit hairy because it was a single track road with actually not very many passing places and they were quite tight, but anyway, we got there. Unfortunately, the car park was full. So we ended up having to leave, and we had no idea where we're going, but we did find somewhere. It's a little camping and caravan club site. It's on the west coast, North Cumbria. Can't even remember the name of this place, but we're going to go and have a look and explore now, Archie and I, so it'll be a very short one, but we're right by the coast. Well, look what I've found already. These are sand dunes which are immediately opposite where the CL site is. And I can see the beach already from here. Now it's a little bit windy this morning. Hopefully that's not interfering too much with the sound. It's looking quite stunning. I mean, not specifically the day. That's not looking very stunning at all. It's just very windy. But looks like there's going to be lots for us to explore along the beach here. I don't know whether you'll be able to make it out from the camera, but in the distance there I can see kind of the mound of a hill. I'm going to have a look on the map what that is, because I think that might be Scotland. And an interesting friend to talk to. Do you need a hand, darling? Put your foot up, I've got you. Oh, there's a good boy. That's your perfect spot, isn't it? Good morning. It's another rainy day, and we've moved on, and we've got another coastal stop coming up in a place called Millum. We've never been there before. I think the place is called Estuary View. So sounds nice, doesn't it? And we'll let you know what it's like when we get there. See you later. Well, good morning, and what a fantastic morning it is. Look at that view that we have woken up to. So I didn't film anything here when we got here yesterday because it was absolutely chucking it down. I got soaked taking Fudge out for a walk yesterday afternoon, but look at that for a view to wake up to. Now this is an interesting place because it's probably not somewhere I'd never even heard of actually. It's Millom, is the little village town, and this campsite is called, it's recently opened, but it's called Estuary View Estates. Now you can see why it's called Estuary View. Now it's a little bit unglamorous, I suppose, is probably the term for the actual site itself where the van's pitched up, but how fantastic, and it's really good value for money. Well, yeah, it is good value for money. It's £17, that would be good, wouldn't it? £17.50 per night. no extras for dogs or anything like that. There is a toilet, but it's a portaloo. There's nothing else. Obviously you've got fresh water, you've got chemical disposal point. So I think some people would say that's quite expensive, but actually for where it is, for the view that you wake up to in the morning, we're the only people here, so there's just so much space. There's dog walking off in that direction. There's probably some walks off in that direction, but that direction there's about 2 miles of beach, and you can get onto the beach probably about 400 metres away from here. So we are loving this so far. Now that peak there is the Old Man of Coniston. So this is it. Fudge and I are off for the walk, which is straight from the site, straight along the shoreline and onto the beach. Now it's not going to be a long walk today. We've had lots of jobs. I've been cleaning the van outside. Sue's been off to the laundrette. And it was service wash only actually, so she's been very lucky because they said they'd do it. So I've got to get back so she can go off and collect the laundry. And also you can see, hopefully you can see, the tide is in now, so you don't get to see the sand anymore. Hopefully we'll get a little bit of beach further on though.
Breathe out, look at the colours, colours, colours.
Hey Fudgy! Well, I don't think we got to see the best of this yesterday and all the rain. Look at this beautiful sandy beach. Yes, this is the southwest coast of Cumbria. It's not Tenerife. I think it's nicer. Now I'm perched in the sand dunes, looking out over some beautiful scenery in January in Cumbria in the sunshine. I'm making the most of it because I think the sunshine is only due to be with us. Oh, thank you, Fudge. Only due to be with us for today. And we're back to rain again tomorrow. But you know, for now, let's just make the most of it. Good morning. Well, Fudge has had her last play in the sand at the last place that we stayed at, which we thoroughly enjoyed. Definitely will go back there. But today's a move on day, so once again I'm sitting in a supermarket car park and Sue's shopping. So we are heading off to a site that we've never been to before, which is in Yorkshire. I think the village is called Aysgarth. We will be driving through Hawes, and well, we've never really explored that area at all, so looking forward to the next couple of days. Well, we've arrived at our next location, and it's in a little place called Aysgarth. I think that's how you say it, in North Yorkshire, not far from Hawes. There is another storm outside, and I can tell you the van is rocking again. Sue's out with the dogs at the moment, so she's going to get wet and cold, but they needed another leg stretch, and I was allowed not to go, which is quite good. Anyway, we're here for 2 nights just to check out. We've never been to this part of the world before. I think we've been, I think we're not far from a place called Leyburn, and I'm sure we've passed through there in the past. And we certainly had a recommendation way in the past to stop at Hawes. Apparently you can stay at the cattle market there. We've actually driven through Hawes, not far from here, but we've decided to stay on this campsite because it looked really nice. It gets great reviews, and when I rang up, bearing in mind we are midweek in January, there was actually only 1 space left, so that probably says quite a lot as well. Anyway, I'm sure we'll get to see a bit more of it, but not today, in a storm. p.m. passed and we woke up to a beautiful morning. Well, good morning folks. So I've just come down a footpath which is just off the back of the site. There's a gate out onto this footpath and it says the footpath to Aysgarth Falls. Now I don't know how far that is, I haven't really checked it on maps, so it might be too far for Archie, but we're going to have a look anyway and see how it looks. I mean, it's a gorgeous morning. So we've got to make the most of it, haven't we? You see the little gate? Well, that runs along the back of the site and back into it. Well, you probably guessed it, Archie and I never made it quite as far as the waterfalls, so Fudge and I are having a stroll now to see if we can find them. Sue said she saw them this morning when she was out running, but now it's my turn. Well, that's the village that we've just come from. We're the other side of the river now. We still haven't found the falls yet. Well, so far our walk hasn't been a great success because we've had to be on the roads quite a lot, albeit they're very quiet lanes. Just behind me in that direction is the little village of Carperbury. Not quite sure what's there because we're following this road in this direction, which is going to take me down to the falls. The thing that we've actually come to see. Well, this is a bit more like it for Fudge and I. Walking through woodland, not a sheep in sight, and hopefully in the right direction of the falls. Now I've been walking along here thinking, part of this route must be along an old railway line, and I've seen some railway sleepers, and this is obviously an old bridge under the old railway, and it looks like we're going back into the woods. Well, this bit is known as Middle Falls, and there's another set of falls further down. It's pretty impressive, isn't it? Well, I can hear the lower falls already, and I can just see them through the trees. Very, very impressive. do it. The upper falls are 100 metres in this direction. I really do have to complete the set. Well, I'm going to have to see if I can find a way to pay for this online, because I don't have any change with me and I'm not dishonest, so I do want to be able to put £1 in the donation. Isn't this magnificent? All in the UK, actually in Yorkshire. So the other side of the bridge and you come to this tea room. Not today, we've been out for too long. We're heading back to the shack now. I've come across this incredibly impressive church for such a small village. Just on time. I know it might seem a little bit weird, but I do like old graveyards. It says something about respect. Respect that people had for members of the community. I tell you what, there must have been a lot of people living around here at one point in time, because there are so many graves. I guess if that old building is a mill, there would have been a lot of staff here working the farms, sheep, so maybe producing wool. I don't think they'd have been moving it down that river. No, not unless they were all into whitewater rafting. Well, we're almost back at camp now, so ready for a well-earned rest and cup of tea. Oh. Well, we're back. And what I did mean to say is I think we'll leave this video here. We are moving on tomorrow to something completely different. We're going to a party, we're stopping en route with family. So no doubt we'll catch up with you in a few days. Thank you so much for watching. Give us that thumbs up if you've liked it, and subscribe, comment and everything else. And we'll see you next time.